Dave Birkett from the Detroit Free Press here out at the Houston Methodist Training Center, where the Lions and Texans just finished their second of two joint practices, and another good week of work for the Lions. Last week they went against the Patriots for two practices plus a walkthrough in a preseason game. This week it's a couple practices against the Texans, and as Matt Patricia said, you know, these two teams, they're very similar in what they want to get done. They're both run by Bill Belichick proteges. The defenses are similar. And from the Lions standpoint, look, it was some good work because a lot of the regulars still are not out here. Marvin Jones didn't make the trip. Mike Daniels didn't make the trip. Deshaun Hand didn't make the trip. Damon Harrison came back to practice today off the non-football injury list, but barely worked out. Trey Flowers didn't do much. So from the Lions standpoint, they know who most of their starters are going to be at this point in training camp. Certainly those guys need reps, but I think here, mid-August, the more important thing is to get a good look at some of those guys competing for the backup jobs, and specifically at the wide receiver spot. They did that this week. Matthew Stafford threw a couple interceptions in one period of practice, and I'm not sure if it was miscommunications with some of the new receivers that were out there or not. A couple slot receivers that looked like he was targeting on plays, Tom Kennedy on one. Tommy Lee Lewis, I think, was on the second one. Both of those were picked within a matter of 3 plays. So I think Stafford has to get on the same page as those guys. Those guys have to get on the same page as Stafford. Those guys, if they're going to make the team, they still have some work to be done. One other standout here for the Lions, and he has been all camp really, Ty Johnson, the rookie 6th-round pick, running back out of Maryland. Look, Johnson's a guy who averaged better than 7 yards a carry in college. There's no doubt that his speed has translated to the NFL. We saw what he could do in the first preseason game with a couple big runs, and I think we're going to see a heavy dose of him again Saturday at NRG Stadium. That'll do it from out here in Houston. I'm Dave Birkett, Freep.com.